Welcome back to Trigger Time TV. I'm your host, Mike Lamb, Director of Training for Stoic Ventures Training and Consulting. In this next segment, Destin and Greg from Vata Group are going to talk to us about what we need to do when we're working together.
Hey guys, Destin and Greg here with Vata Group. Today we're going to talk about fighting in and around the vehicle. We're going to start off showing you how to shoot through that windshield, how to draw that pistol properly, engage your adversary through the windshield, and then utilizing different portions of the car for cover. There's many pieces of it we're going to cover in follow-on episodes, but today we're going to talk about mainly using the A-pillar. That's the structure of the car right here, and it's like the structural integrity of the roof of the car. That's very dense metal. We're going to talk about how to possibly use that to give us a little bit of cover. You know, any cover is better than no cover at all.
Yeah, cars are inherently not very good cover, and they seem to be magnets for bullets. If you're in a vehicle and you're being engaged, you're being shot at, it turns into a coffin quickly. Hollywood, TV, all those stupid shows we like to watch do a horrible job of actually teaching people what to do, where you see cops hiding behind doors, people hiding behind vehicles getting riddled with bullets shot up, and they're perfectly fine. Paul Howe did an article called The Myth of Cover. I suggest you get it and read it, but it's very informative. So we're going to try and show you here where you can sit on your couch, drink a beer, and watch us say the best way to do this, the worst way to do this, and the kind of okay way to do this. Sometimes it's all we've got, and you want to know how to use it the best ability possible.
Yeah, and the situation is going to, of course, dictate that. You know, you have your chariot. If you carry a gun for a living, concealed carry, whatever it may be, you're probably going to have a vehicle to get to and from work or for your duty car. So maybe putting that vehicle in drive or reverse and getting off the scene is your first choice.
Now that number one weapon is the vehicle. Step on that little skinny pedal on the right and run that SOB over.
Right, start off, seeing the scene, assessing it. Hey, maybe it's a traffic jam. You have somebody disgruntled, road rage in front of you. Who knows what it is? Maybe it's a carjacking.
You're pinned in.
Like I said, the situation is going to dictate how you utilize these techniques. But the big thing is you see, like Greg covered in those Hollywood movies, where they stand behind this door thinking that it's a good piece of cover. It's not necessarily. Unless you have an armored door, armored car with armored glass, those bullets are going to go right through that. It may slow them down. You can argue that's, but the big thing is it's not going to give you body armored protection. So it's just basically having to stop that adversary as fast as we can. By shooting through that windshield is going to be the fastest way. Everybody wants to think, well, I got to get out of the car before I can engage. We can show you how you can still draw your pistol safely, not flagging our legs, and clear your steering wheel and put those rounds right through the windshield. That first, second shot is going to clear you a hole, and then you're just going to punch the target right through that same hole. It's not going to deflect the rounds that much. You may have a little bit, but it's not that drastic. Doing this, you always want to make sure you have proper eye protection, a good wraparound goggle. That way it protects, because there's going to be some sort of glass fragmentation that actually comes into the car. Let's go ahead and get in and see how this thing works. All right, so once you get in the vehicle, adjust your seat to where it's normally is when you're driving. Now we can think about, once I'm in the car, how can I utilize this car for cover? I've got a gentleman walking up on my vehicle. He's presented a firearm. Maybe he starts to engage me. He shows aggressive intent. I want to maximize my coverage by lowering my body position, by pushing my seat back, scooting my butt forward as I draw my pistol. Again, I covered, make sure you don't flag your body as you bring that pistol out. I can lower myself back in the seat, putting that dash, that steering wheel, that engine in front of me and my adversary, punching straight out. Engage the adversary. If I need to come up, maybe exit the vehicle if I'm pinched in. If the car's immobilized, maybe he was shooting my vehicle, he hit something vital in the engine and killed the motor, or I can't back up. If I'm getting out of the vehicle and another adversary presents himself, now we can talk about utilizing the A-pillar. As much structure in between me and the bad guy as possible. So again, I get low in my seat, aim in, trying to get behind the A-pillar and the door hinge, terminate that adversary, and sit back up. If I need to, I can get my tactical magazine change here, get that gun in the best condition possible, call 911. If you're going to reholster in the car seating, be very careful not to cover yourself or your feet. Reholster that, kind of de-escalate the situation. You know, if we have to get out of the car, get to a house, call 911, whatever it may be. But those are some of the tactics and techniques that you can use for fighting in and around a vehicle. For any more questions about this, please see us at BattleTrainingCenter.com.
Trigger Time TV is brought to you by Raven Concealment System, Troy Industries, Troy Defense, Seekins Precision, Aries Gear, Dark Angel, MGM Taxi, Keltec, R-Bros, Pro Ears, Yeti, Midland, Wiley X, EOTech, Black Hill, Bushnell, Trigicon, Dawson Precision, WW Guns, and Up Armored Knives.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'd like to dedicate this episode to the men and women proudly serving overseas and here at home, and to the families that support them. Guys, our hats are off to you, and we humbly thank you for all you've done.